Okay, so the situation with Welsh Rugby Union takes another twist. They've already announced the interim successor to Warren Gatland, and that is the former Cardiff Blues head coach Matt Sherratt. He stepped in to the interim role, at least for the rest of the Six Nations, and this will be an extended job interview for him. Now, I don't think much is expected of this Welsh side for the rest of the Six Nations. Now, Warren Gatland's departing statement, basically, and in the meeting he had, and the union have stated this, that it was in the best interests of the national side and the game as a whole in Wales for Warren Gatland to step aside. I still think the timing is poor, but clearly he's lost the dressing room. He had lost the dressing room. Now, Matt Sherratt's got to pick these young players up and build some confidence within this squad. They've got Ireland next. They only have 4 training sessions between now and the test against Ireland next weekend. And so that's not a lot of time for Matt Sherratt to get his vision on the game imprinted on these players. But what is very, very noticeable is the confidence is low. This is a very young, inexperienced squad. Now, as I said in the previous video, a lot of these players most likely aren't ready for Test rugby. And a lot of the issues do lie with the union. They rehired Warren Gatland after his successor and predecessor, Wayne Pivac, fell flat. Now, what is, I think, positive is Matt Sherratt is obviously homegrown. He's coached at Cardiff. He knows the Welsh game. And so I think that might help a little bit. Because this, as I say, the next 3 tests are basically an extended job interview. I think the remit for him is to improve the confidence and make the team more competitive. I can't see Wales winning the next 3 tests. I can't. But if they could get an upset win that can break this lengthy losing streak, which is becoming problematic, because the confidence aspect is what is completely gone with these players. Now, it will be interesting if he gets named after the Six Nations as a permanent successor to Warren Gatland, or if they do go down and try and poach Michael Chakar or Easterby or Joel Schmidt or another head coach or someone who's had head coaching experience who is available or potentially available. Bearing in mind the Welsh Union does not have a lot of money, and if there's release clauses in contracts, they have to pay compensation to another union or a club. That could pose headaches because the Welsh Union doesn't have a lot of spare cash. So Matt Sherratt has stepped up to the plate. He's got a difficult intro. His style of play is going to be probably completely different to Warren Gatland's style of play and what these players have been used to at the test level. He's got to rebuild the confidence, and he's obviously got to select his first test side as well. So there may be some chopping and changing from the side that played against Italy, for example, or the opening match of the Six Nations. There may be some chopping and changing. He might decide to stick with the same group of players, the same full squad. He might not drop anyone. So it's going to be interesting on the lineup he announces and what that performance against Ireland is like. This is basically an extended job interview for Matt Sherratt. He may only be in role for the Six Nations and that's it, and he steps aside, or he may put his hat in the ring and say, look, give me the job. Let's see if I can turn the situation around. But we'll see what happens. But he's been named as interim Wales head coach as a successor to Warren Gatland. That's happened very, very quickly, which says to me that the Welsh Union were already considering replacing Warren Gatland and were having discussions. And it's obviously they've had a backup plan, and Matt Sherratt is obviously stepped up to the plate, potentially, because this is a very quick 48 hours from defeat against Italy, etc. A quick couple of days, really, a quick 3 days, 48, 72 hours from defeat against Italy to a new head coach being in place. There's a lot of parts that have moved, and I think in the fullness of time, we may know a bit more about the situation, but Matt Sherratt is now the interim Wales head coach. There we go. Thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts on the appointment. Are you a Cardiff Blues fan? How do you feel about Matt Sherratt being named the head coach of the national side? How do you rate him as a coach? And is this a big risk? Or is this actually an inspired appointment by the Welsh Union? And there'll be a lot of pressure on the Welsh Union if this doesn't go well and they lose heavily in the next 3 tests and they take a further step back. How much finger pointing will be aimed at the Welsh Union and some of the decisions they've taken? If it does go well, does he get the job full time post Six Nations going into the World Cup in 2027? Time will tell. But for me, for now, thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts in the comments section below, and I'll have some more content for you guys very, very soon.